Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Now joining me is Superior Livestock Representative Chris Brookman. Chris, I want to thank you for coming out here this morning. I know this is going to be a busy day for you, and I want to dive into the vision kind of behind coming here to Billings, Montana. But before we do that, let's talk about your history with Superior Livestock. I know you were just sharing some great stories with me, but can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, Tony Schiffer and Ray Mader, Ralph Wade, and myself had a video company years ago in the early 80s. And we actually competed against Jim Odell and his first partner, I can't remember his name now, was Cumberland, Odell and Cumberland then. Anyway, when it became Superior, they called us and flew us to Fort Worth, and we threw in with them, and the rest is history.
Like you said, the rest is history. The meeting of the minds, mind you say that, but talk about, repping cattle with Superior, the different people you've met over the years and the kind of customer relationships you've built.
Oh, I've been very blessed in this business. Been a lot of places and done a lot of things from Canada to Mexico. In fact, one of our customers that I had for years ago, he's passed away now, was a fellow by the name of Bill Disney that was a cousin to Walt that had a ranch in Canada. And that was the first Canadian cattle brought into the United States, was Bill Disney's.
Wow, what a great story. I know that I always tease you guys when we're outside of Superior Sunrise, and I always want to hear all these great stories. And when we get in front of the camera, I know people don't want to share those, but you really do have some great stories of all the times that you've had over the past several years. But you've been selling with Superior, repping cattle for quite some time. What are the changes that you've seen and kind of driving force behind having this auction here in Billings?
Well, some of the changes in the industry, when we first started with the video concept, when people would consign cattle, it would be a black cow or red cow bred to a black or red bull or whatever. And then, when we first got started with it, I happened to be over at Kalispell with a ranch called Cabin Creek Ranch, or Lost Trail Ranch, excuse me. And he had several half-brother bulls on his cows, and so we advertised them as such out of half-brothers, and they were Gelfie Red Angus cross. And they outsold the rest of the calves by $5 or $6. So we, since then it's evolved. You can see, bloodlines have become very important. People fought the pre-vac programs at first, but now it's part of the industry. So there's a lot of things have happened since then.
Well, I know that we always like to talk about genetics and the VAC programs because they really do add value to people's consignments.
That's correct. Very much so. Very much so. It helps a lot.
Well, I want to thank you for bringing us here to Billings, Montana. We had a great dinner last night. We got to see a lot of new faces, and we really enjoy being here. I know we look forward to selling cattle in the auction today. And when we come back, a great guest. Don't go anywhere.
Before we leave, I forgot to thank Bighorn Resort and their staff for the excellent supper and the nice service last night.
You're
Thanks
exactly
again.
right. They did a great job, and we do want to thank them. We enjoy being here, like I said, and when we come back, a great guest. Don't go anywhere.